Welcome to Next in AI. Let's get right into your daily executive briefing. We're going to cut through all the noise and focus on the signals, the stuff in funding, innovation, and research that really matters.
All right, let's dive into the big picture. Right now, the entire AI world is kind of caught in this massive push and pull. On one side, you've got this incredible flood of cash pouring in. And on the other, a huge, and I mean huge, debate about what it all means for jobs and the future of work.
And yeah, that debate was absolutely front and center at Davos. Think about this. On one side, you have Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei saying that, get this, half of all entry-level white-collar jobs could be gone in just 5 years. But then on the flip side, you've got a whole bunch of other tech CEOs who are saying, whoa, not so fast. They see AI more as a co-pilot, something that's going to augment our jobs, not just wipe them out. So what do you think? That's a massive gulf between those two visions, right? And it's pretty much shaping everything we're seeing in AI right now.
And while they're debating, the money fueling this whole thing is, well, it's just staggering. To give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, xAI is in the process of raising a $20 billion Series E. 20 billion. A number like that isn't just an investment, right? It's a huge statement about the sheer scale of the AI that's being built.
So, okay, we've got all this capital, all this controversy, but where's the actual innovation headed? Well, what's really fascinating is that we're starting to see a trend where AI is being turned on itself to solve its own biggest problems. And honestly, this is where things start to get really, really powerful.
Which really brings up the big question, right? Can we actually use this powerful technology to fix its own fundamental flaws? I'm talking about things like security vulnerabilities or just how inefficient it can be. And it looks like the answer is a resounding yes.
So first up, security. It's a double-edged sword, right? AI tools can make it easier for bad actors to find and exploit software bugs. Well, the Great Refractor initiative is all about flipping that script. It's using AI to automatically hunt down vulnerable, buggy code and then rewrite it into a much more secure version. Think of it like AI patching our most critical systems from the inside out. Pretty cool.
And it's not just about keeping things secure, it's also about efficiency. We all love generative AI tools like DALL-E and Midjourney. They're incredible, but they burn through a ton of energy, just a crazy amount. And that's where this new idea, thermodynamic computing, comes into play. It's a completely new approach that could dramatically cut down that energy use and make the whole process way more sustainable. Okay, so those are some of the big foundational ideas for fixing AI's own problems. But how is all this innovation actually showing up for you and me? Well, it's hitting the market right now as a total flood of new tools and products that put all this power right at your fingertips.
Just take a look at this week's highlights from Product Hunt alone. It's a lightning round of innovation. You've got the prompting company, which wants to completely upend traditional SEO. Then there's DoXMind, which is an AI editor that basically reasons through documents with you. BIOS is being called an AI scientist for biomedical research. That's huge. Prism helps you generate super complex latex documents. InnoFox is tackling real-world business document workflows. And Agentic Vision in Gemini is bringing code execution to visual reasoning. It's just an explosion of new apps hitting the market literally every single day.
Now, all those new tools are seriously impressive, for sure. But here's the crucial thing. If you want to know where this is all really going, you have to look past today's products. You've got to look at the foundational research, at the really tough problems that scientists are cracking right now. That's where you see the future taking shape. And when you look at that research, you can see a pretty clear roadmap emerging for a much smarter AI. First up, they're trying to solve something called catastrophic forgetting. It's exactly what it sounds like. An AI learns something new and forgets the old stuff. Fixing that is huge for continuous learning. Next, they're working to combine two types of AI. The part that's great at recognizing patterns, and the part that can do logical, symbolic reasoning. Put them together, and you get something closer to common sense. Then, we're teaching AI to actually understand and interact with the 3D world around us, which is absolutely essential for robotics. And finally, and this is mind-blowing, we're using generative models to design brand new materials from the ground up. All of these pieces together, that's the path to a much more intelligent, much more integrated AI.
Okay, let's zoom back out for a second. We've talked about the potential, the research, the new tools, but what are the real-world roadblocks, the friction points, and what are the big players in the industry doing about it all?
And here's a major reality check coming straight from the World Economic Forum. For all the hype, there's a huge hurdle. In really critical areas like healthcare, AI solutions are just failing to scale. It's not that the tech isn't there, it is. The problem is actually deploying it effectively inside these massive, complex systems. That remains a gigantic challenge.
And you can see the big players making moves to navigate all this. Keep an eye on NVIDIA's upcoming financial results. That's going to be a key health indicator for the entire hardware market. But they're not just focused on today. They're also helping build a national blueprint to push quantum computing forward. Then you have OpenAI, who are zeroing in on trust and safety, rolling out new safeguards to protect our data when their AI agents go out and click on links. So you see this constant balancing act, right? It's market performance today, big bets on future tech, and making sure the core products are safe. So that leaves us with one final big question. The technology itself is accelerating at an incredible pace, just lightning speed. But is the tech the bottleneck, or is it us? Is our own ability to adopt it, to implement it, and to adapt to it, is that the real challenge we're facing? It's something to think about, and it's definitely the question we'll be tracking here. Thanks for joining us for this Next in AI briefing.